Niddah Daf Memhei. The Mishnah uses an interesting lashon to describe a girl who's under 3 years old who lost her psulim. The Mishnah says it's similar to a person who pokes himself in the eye. He'll continually have tears. Says the Gemara, from this lashon we see that a girl under 3 years old that loses her psulim, what happens is the psulim grow back. It's not the pshat that the psulim go to the side. It's similar to one who sees tears continuously. And therefore, nafkamina is, if somebody was boil a girl who's under 3 years old and he found dam, we know that it's dam besulim and not dam nida, and this girl is tahar and he is tahar. Gemara brings a maisa with Yustani, who was the granddaughter of Antoninus, who was great friends with Rebbe. She asked Rebbe, what age can a girl get married, and at what age can a girl get pregnant? So Rebbe told her, a girl can get married when she's royal libya at 3 years old, and she can get pregnant when she's 12. So she said, Chaval, I got married at the age of 6, and I already had a child at the age of 7. So the Gemara says, how is it possible that she had a child when she was 7 years old? The Gemara brings the famous Gemara of Gimel Mishamshes b'moich. 3 women are allowed to use contraceptive, a moich, in order to prevent pregnancy. Rashi here says they are merchuyev to use a moich. And the 3 are a ktana, because if she gets pregnant, it's sakanas nefashos, she could lose her life. A muberes, a woman who is pregnant, the pregnancy can cause a sandal, it could crush the existing baby. And the nursing mother, her milk will go bad, and the baby that she has already could die from starvation. It seems from the Gemara that this all applies to a girl who is 11 years and above. But under 11, it's impossible to get pregnant. So how is it possible that this Goya got pregnant? The Gemara says 2 tirutzim. Either Goyim, Besar Chamorim, their flesh is different, or the pshat is that she lied. A woman asked Rabbi Akiva. She told Rabbi Akiva that she was nival, she had bia before she was 3 years old to somebody that was pasul. Does it render her pasul kuhuna? So Rabbi Akiva said, no, you have to be royal bia. But she said, a mashal, you take a child and you let him dip his finger in honey, he'll hate it. But if he tastes it, he'll like it. So too, she was referring to the fact that she had enough from the bia, and therefore perhaps it should be also said, Rabbi Akiva, in fact, you are asur. Says the Gemara, Rabbi Akiva really didn't mean it. He was just trying to see if his Talmidim will pick up on it, because at the end of the day, it's a halacha Moshe Sinai that under 3 years old, the bia is not considered a bia. The Mishnah says that a boy who is 9 years old, he's royal bia, and therefore he is kaina yavama bebia, and he doesn't give her a get until he is a gadol. However, the Gemara says he would have to do another bia after he's a gadol in order that he shouldn't have to give her chalitza as well, because the bia of a katan is like maimer begadol. Maimer means if there's a yavam and he wants to reserve the yavama for himself, he has other brothers, so he does kiddushin. And the halacha would be, in that case, he would have to give a get for his maimer and chalitza for his zika. So to here, this katan, since he's like somebody that did a maimer, he would also have to do a chalitza in addition to the get. However, if there's a bia afterwards, 1 get is enough. If this katan, who's 9 years old, since his bia is a bia, and he's with a niddah, that renders him tamei for 7 days, and he's only a rishon l'tumah, like a zav's upper clothing, like a clothing on top of a zav. However, if he was less than 9 years old and he was with a niddah, then he wouldn't have the same tumah as a niddah. He would just be tamei for 1 day, as though he just touched a niddah. If a person is pasul, a goy, a mamzer, was 9 years old and his bia is considered a bia, he's able to make a woman pasul kahuna because he's pasul. And if he's a kohen and he's kaina yavama bebia, she is not allowed to eat truma. If he has relations with any of their rights in the Torah, they die. He doesn't because he's a katan. Says the Mishnah, and from all the extra wording in the Mishnah, we learn out the following halachas: that a girl who's less than 11 years old and a boy who's less than 12 years old, even if they're extremely smart and sharp, their nidarim are not nidarim and their hegdish is not hegdish. Even if they understand who they made the neder to and who they were magdish to. If a girl is 11 years old and the boy is 12 years old, that's mufla samach leish, the year right before bar mitzvah and bas mitzvah. If they understand, we do a b'dika, if they understand who the neder was to and who the hekdesh was to, then their neder is kaim. Even if a girl who was 11 years old or a boy who was 12 years old, and they checked them when in the beginning of the year, and they didn't understand to who they made the neder, we don't say that the first 30 days of the year mixes Hashana Kekulai. Rather, you have to check them throughout the entire year. That we learn from the Chidushim, from the extra wording in the Mishnah. Once a girl becomes bas mitzvah 12 years old and a boy 13 years old, and they have simanim, their neder is a neder, and even if they say they don't know who the neder was for or to who it was made, we don't care. Their neder is a neder, and their hegdish is hegdish. Rashi points out we don't suspect that perhaps they are shaitim, because a shaita is only somebody who rips their clothing, sleeps in a cemetery, and goes out at night all by himself. Reb Shimon ben Elazar says an amazing chiddush. Bar bas mitzvah is not like how we think today. A bar mitzvah becomes bar mitzvah when he's 12, and a girl becomes bas mitzvah when she's 13. Rebbe is the author of our Mishnah, of our Sugya, says that a bar mitzvah is 13 and a girl becomes bas mitzvah 12 because he learns that from the pasuk Vayiven es hatzela. HaKadosh Baruch Hu created. What did he create? Chav was already created on the other side of Adam and Rishon. All he had to do is cut them apart, separate them. Therefore, he says Vayiven means that a girl has bina yisera. The Ritva says, don't worry about it. Boys have more bina than girls. They just get there quicker than the boy. Reb Shimon ben Elazar says that Vayiven es hatzela comes to tell us not that they have more bina, but rather HaKadosh Baruch Hu, what did he create? He braided Chava's hair and then he brought her over to Adam and Rishon. So why does Reb Shimon ben Elazar say that a boy becomes bar mitzvah at 12 and a girl 13? Because boys go to cheder, they learn from a rebbe, they become sharper and smarter. A katan and a ktana, 1 year before their bar mitzvah, and they have shtei sairas, according to Rav, it's shuma ba'alma. In other words, it's like a wart that grows here. According to Rabbi Yochanan, they are susceptible to penalty, to punishment if they do an aveira. Rava says they're considered ktanim, and they could do mion, a girl who's under bas mitzvah, and her mother and brothers married her off. She could do mion. Have a wonderful day.